All right, this video and the two following it in this series is important, so you make sure you read this disclaimer because it's very applicable. All right, so we're going to take a look at some perspective here. Get questioned all the time. Today's date is March 31st. It is 12:39 p.m. I'm going to log into TD Ameritrade account. You can see it's a live account. And I get questioned all the time. What is realistic? What is possible? What is the expectation? In my opinion, as the mentor, what should my students expect? And that's what these three videos are going to more or less address. My opinion. Okay, my opinion is not a cast in stone, everybody gets the same result type thing. So we're going to take a look at the results when I first started with this account. And I opened the account last year late, I think, I don't think it was in December or sometime, maybe December, something like that, in anticipation of the new year. So what I'm doing here is opening up the range for the date of January 1st to the 31st of January 2022. And I'm going to set up the print. And I'm going to make these margins a little bit wider. Now, this is going to be a very boring video series, okay? But it's necessary. Not necessary for a majority of you, because most of you that are constant readers and viewers and students of mine, you don't really necessarily need to see these types of things, but there's a small number of you that make a business out of saying that I'm a fraud and I can't trade with live funds and it only works in hindsight, cherry-picked demo trade. So I'm going to submit this for you all to gag on. All right, so I'm going to print the January statement. Everything will be included so that you'll see the cash sweep, the balance between each trading day. At the beginning of new trading, you'll see what the balance was. There's no transferring of money, okay? So you can see there's several days there was nothing going on. And I'm going to actually go into the statement here. All right, and I'm just going to show you that that's the time right here. And I'll pull back up the system time. It was printed at this date at that time. Everything matched when I logged into the account. The time it transpired for me to let it complete its printing and create the PDF file. I'm just scrolling through that way you can, when you have the actual PDF file, which I'll link in the description below this video and in part 2 and 3, you'll have access to download directly the actual PDF file so you can actually see every single transaction, the time that I entered in the trade. You can do your own work on what it looked like at the time. But let me just state that majority of what you're going to see here is me creating a scenario for my students who have asked many things in this presentation. How to correct drawdown, how to correct over trading, how to mitigate losing streaks, and how to come back through it without using excessive over leveraging, which I can't over leverage because I'm using this broker and they're using the margins that are set by the exchanges. So I'm only conducting trading on one contract. Anytime you see two contracts, it's me doing a reversal trade. Okay, so that's the business there on the statement. And that way you'll be able to see that what I printed here real time in this recording, as real as I can get it for you, it's going to match your actual hard copy in PDF format. Now you may have noticed that I'm showing you the full account number. I've facetiously done this every time I've shown the live account. The very first time I showed it, I blocked it out, but anyone that slowed the video down in the beginning, you can see that this is actually the very account number that I started with. So there's no tomfoolery there. So I'm going through each individual day here, showing you there was no trades taken. And the actual first trade I entered on this account was January 14th. I funded the account with $25,000. I read a lot of comments going back and forth between trolls and people that are actually in support of me, saying that I started with $20,000, that I started with $23,000. It was $25,000, folks. Okay, it was $25,000, and we should be, there you go. There's our first trading day. This is what typically will happen. The trader will be in a rush to get into a live trade, impatience, and they'll be met with a losing trade, and they'll take it and hold it too long and take a larger loss than they otherwise would normally take in their system. Okay, and I'll show you the next trading day here. Now I'm telling you, this is going to be a very boring process, but this is me literally taking you day by day by day, showing you everything, nothing hidden. But look at this right here. Look what the broker did. They deposited $200-some thousand into the account. Now my trades don't match that. Okay, they don't show any kind of record of trades doing that. So naturally, when you see something like that, remember the lady that one of the banks did a transfer, like $1 million or whatever, and she went out and quickly transferred the money from one account and spent it. I didn't even realize they had this money in that account. And obviously, it really wasn't, because it doesn't reflect in the broker statements. It doesn't reflect in my trades. But the point is, sometimes things like that gets reported in the accounts, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's just, something on their end as a glitch. But you're going to see something later on when we get into March where they actually were really messing with me. So now them taking the money back out of the account. That'd be something if I would have ran it up in a couple of days like that, wouldn't it? So here's some more details here. All right, let's take a look at the next trading day. And again, nothing terribly exciting. And it's right about now, the trader's getting more interested in trying to fix the drawdown, go back to your rules that you abandoned when you first started, and you start working towards getting back. And this is the day that the troll on the internet said that I added money, and if he could see this, he would take down all the nasty things he's been saying and lying about. And you can see these were actual trades. It was not a micro account. These were minis, okay? There's the actual details, so you can delete your channel, which I know you're not because you're getting ad revenue and paying for your pool. So there's the business there. And we'll continue on with our details here. Okay, so now again, a little bit better in terms of taking your shot, picking your systems entry, sticking with it, not trying to do more than is necessary. Same thing here, taking your trade, being content with it. There's the details. And going to the next trading day for January. And again, a little bit more details. You can see the account's growing. And eventually what will happen is you'll get a day where you do something wrong, or you get into this mindset that you made an error, let me fix it. You get into a trade, you second guess it because you've been on a roll, okay? A winning streak can create days like this. Now, this is me literally just pressing the button over and over and over again, and I'm trying to have this broker B-book me because I want to see if they'll do what eventually happened in March, and you'll see it when we get to that month. But right now, I'm just doing a lot of trades to pantomime what would happen if you take a losing trade and you go into a revenge mode. Okay, so this is like a revenge trading scenario where you get in and you just start doing lots and lots of trades. As soon as you lose control over what you're focused on following in terms of your rules, you need to stop. Even if it's a losing trade that you end it with, stop. That's the easiest solution to fixing tailspins. All right, back to the process of following and looking for your setups. Nice little simple setup. Taking that. Here's your details on that. So you correct yourself by lowering your trade frequency, getting your win and stopping. So I'm going to pull up the calculator here, and I'll show you the ending balance on the last trading day of January minus the starting balance of $25,000. There's $5,564, and divide that by the starting balance, and that'll give you a rate of return of plus 22%. Not bad, not bad. So we're going to do this same thing with month 2 or February 2022. So until I talk to you then, be safe.